Hi, this is Kate Ward, and this is Dig It, the dirt from home for Dickman Farms. And again, you are here back at my vegetable garden in my backyard. It is my day off and I wanted to go outside and work. It's a beautiful day. It's slightly overcast but nice and warm, so I can be out here working in my vegetable garden. So let me show you, even though it's been a while since I've seen you, let me show you what I've been up to. My time has not been idle, but I'm a little behind from where I should be. So I got lucky and I married a gardener on a large scale. Okay, so he's a farmer. But that said, I have the ability to ask him very sweetly, and he will take out and hook up our big tractor, and he goes through here with a ginormous rototiller and works this up for me so I can get it ready. And so what you'll see here that I'm showing you now, this big expanse, which is just starting to lightly get covered in this light green fuzz. I would love to say that that is actually something I planted, but that would be weed seed. So there's pros and cons to rototilling, and the pro is that the ground is all ready to be worked. The con is all this green, and all this green would be weed seeds. So every time you turn over the earth, it brings weed seeds up to the front. And so you do have to have a plan to deal with them. What is going to happen in this big space for me is going to be the vining portion of our garden. So that might be some pumpkins, and it's also going to be some winter squash like acorn squash and those kinds of things. I do sometimes get vine borers, so hopefully I will be able to fight them off this year, and I'll have this, the whole space will be filled with beautiful vining things that I can reap the benefits from later on. But what I've done up here, because I work for Dickman Farms and I'm there quite a bit, which I love, however, the weeds can occasionally get ahead of me. So what I did over the last few years is I invested in this weed barrier. You buy it by the foot and you can do whatever you like with it, but I can leave it out. And what I've done is, this is my tomato spacing. And so I will plant in these holes, and what it allows me to do is to not have to be out here every day weeding. And then I'll try not to walk on it. I'll walk in this soil path between. I have another series of weed fabrics with different things. The next set over is my peppers of different colors. There's yellows and reds and greens, and there's some hot peppers down there for salsa. And then across there is cabbages. So cabbage in the center here, there's, I believe that's, might be Brussels sprouts, and up there is broccoli, I'm hopeful. And then up here in between, so I'll walk up here, but then what I did is I'm going to cut across, and I kept going with bean seeds all the way up the garden. And the reason I did that is because now this row that I seeded with bean seeds will allow me to have it grow up, shade the soil so I shouldn't get many weeds, and then the black fabric will keep any weeds coming out from in there. Across the way here, this will be lettuces and things, and that big pile of what looks like grass and a weedy festival is where I do have some work to do. That's our garlic. So the garlic is coming up. It's the grassy that you see there, and it actually is doing very well. However, there's bare ground between the grass, or the garlic rather. And so I should mulch that. Probably using some straw mulch is what I'll end up using, but I want to weed between that row. So I can use a hoe if I'm careful and go between the rows there. Otherwise, and then I'll pull just so I don't mess up. This used to be a strawberry patch, but now it's been reclaimed by grassy things. And as I said, I'm going to start working on this section down here. So between my weeding and this back session, I think I'll be busy today. But until I see you next time, enjoy gardening, and can't wait to see you, and hopefully you'll tune in to see what trouble I've gotten into next.